Hello everyone, and welcome to another GoPro running test video. So today we've actually got the 4K 30 frames per second with the Hypersmooth on boost, which should hopefully mean you don't see me shaking the camera around as much. Now it might be a special one today, we're not entirely sure. The Facebook group said that because it's a leap day and like the first and last leap day for Parkrun for about 40 years or something into the future. I think Parkrun's only been running 10 years in Milton Keynes. So because it's the kind of only one for 40 something years, they're planning to do the course in reverse, so that'll be a bit different. Change up the course, 'cause it's amazing how just going backwards along the course it all looks, you know, very different. Although I used to run it as part of my 2018 Disney training in the summer, so for me it'll be like going home. But yeah, it looks like everyone's at the regular starting area, so we'll see how it goes there. Yeah, so I'll just spin it out. And then we had a traffic jam. So I think one way to do it. Now running on the mini train tracks. Okay, so we're elongating the run slightly, only by a few steps, and we're uphill, so we avoid the puddles. Also a bit quieter, so we're not getting as bunched up, so that's nice. So, I was thinking how well last week's cosplay run went. I might do that for my Disney outfits as well. Because I didn't actually do a running test in them before the 2018 Magic Run. But it all worked out fine. Great. Because I planned accordingly with the outfits, so it's like, wore my Tron Uprising suit for 5k because it's shorter. You don't want to worry about lugging around the battery packs for a 10k. 10k was sorer because I knew I'd never be able to wear it during the half marathon. And then of course half marathon was Captain America in his running kit to make sure it wouldn't be an issue. So yeah, don't know what I'll be wearing this year. I'm waiting for them to announce the themes, but I'll keep you guys informed. That's a big puddle. This is going to be the worst stretch for puddles because they're normally bad here anyway, let alone with the rain we've had. Okay, I know there's two particularly bad ones coming up. Oh god, I think I've got more water in my shoe here. Magic! Yeah. Okay, should be the worst of them. Although, if I didn't have water in my shoe before, I do now. I think the only problem with doing this run in reverse, the paths at the start, or what's normally the end, are a lot thinner, so you end up with a lot more people bottlenecking. Combine that with the puddles and people stopping to try and tiptoe over them or move around them, and it slows it down considerably. Hence why, thank you Marshall, hence why I opted for the horse path up high and the miniature railway track. Okay, it should be a little bit easier. Thank you, Marshall. I kind of feel guilty. I said the slope by the pagoda would be easier to mum because it's in reverse, because the slip back's so much steeper, but actually it was pretty hard. It is weird having it so quiet along this bit compared to normal, where obviously everyone's still grouped together quite a bit. So, as we're doing course in reverse, I have no idea where my motivational spot is. I'm just going to assume it's here. Feeling a bit of X-Men today, so enjoy a quote from someone in the X-Men. I haven't decided to shoot yet.
Yeah, we're outnumbered. I'm not gonna lie to you. We lost Scott. We lost the professor. If we don't fight now, everything they stood for will die with them. I'm not gonna let that happen. Are you? Then we stand together. X-Men. All of us. We're in. Let's go.
Okay, he was clearly saving that. Oh, 27 minutes. I can make this in good time. minutes by the camera. Oh, Philip.
Move forward a bit.
Clock in. Catch up with you guys in a minute. Sorry for the rainwater. Again, apologies for any rainwater on the screen. Yeah, so we just finished. We've got our barcode scanned. Yeah, I feel this perhaps did not work as well as they would have hoped, especially with the puddles. That, or preferably, we finished a lot earlier than normal, and this normally happens. However, I get the feeling that's unlikely because I'm normally about 29 minutes. I was actually earlier that time. I was with Matt in the Batman top. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what. Oh, the rain's getting worse. I'm gonna get under cover. I'm gonna try and wait around for Mum. See where she turns up. Poor old Mum. I can't tell if you can see it on the camera, but it just started raining properly again. I'm glad I finished and I'm in the dry, but yeah, poor old Mum. Have to keep an eye out. So, I'm sure you've already seen if you're on this channel, if you're subscribed to this channel. If not, you may not have. I started my travel log, my first travel log of the trip Abby and I took to Scotland. So, I'll try and put a link to that somewhere in case you're interested. We had a nice time. This was because we were going to the CooperCon event in Glasgow, and yeah, we decided to it's a little holiday. And I decided I'd use it as a travel log test. So that, I think it worked out nicely. I did it at 2.7K because I didn't want to overfill the memory cards. I only had a few with me, but I did stock up so I had more than normal. Ooh, that rain is getting worse. On the bright side, the queue by the end's gone down. So we're on 52% battery. That's quite good for this time. So we've recorded for about probably just over half an hour now. So yeah, about an hour, 4K, 30 frames per second. So we lost a lot more power being at 60 frames, and also the fact the encoding was weird. I'd recognise that run anywhere. Yeah, and the blue trainers, it's definitely Mum. And there we go. So before I get drenched, I'm going to catch you guys on the rewind. And we're back in the room. So I want to make a retraction from this video, because I was saying, I think about halfway through, that I thought the paths were wider along the canal compared to towards the ones round the lake, which are normally towards the end of the course. In retrospect, and looking through the video, actually, I'd say they're about the same. The canal paths may actually be slightly thinner. I think the real sticking point was probably people trying to avoid the puddles and figure out better ways to get around. So I think that's what was kind of bottlenecking it more than the width of the paths. But yeah, it was an interesting run. It was an interesting experience doing it in reverse. And with how waterlogged some of the areas were, because obviously it meant people had to get creative of how they were going to overtake, or just generally how they were going to go along. We saw some people have some fun with the GoPro in the background, so it's a weird thing to say, because you watch back through the footage and you're like, I was completely oblivious to that. I did catch someone talking about it behind me, but it was like, it wasn't anything bad, so it's, yeah, I didn't really react to it. Because it was more them just commenting, it's like what they wanted to do behind the camera, and it's like, whatevs. So it is funny. I kind of hope we get stuff like that at Disney, because I love that kind of interaction in the background, even if I'm completely unaware of it at the time. It's the beautiful thing of having a camera is you can capture things and spot stuff you didn't spot when you were actually there. So much easier to edit. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because last time I lost about a day of editing due to trying to convert the footage from the HEVEC encoding to a standard encoding structure that HitFilm would accept. This time, I lost a day because I decided to move some stuff around on my hard drives, because of the size of the files, it's getting a little bit harder to store them, so I need to buy some more hard drives, or maybe some bigger hard drives. But yeah, I lost a day moving about, I think it was like 100 or 200 gig worth of files from one hard drive to another. Well, not the whole day, but obviously it takes a huge chunk out, and it's like, oh, this is fine, I'll just go play Destiny or Overwatch while I'm waiting. And then you kind of realize, oh wait, I need to export this and upload it, and it's 4K, and therefore will take probably 2-3 hours export and then 2-3 hours upload if you're lucky. So I'm gonna need to think of a good way to do that later. But yeah, I prefer doing it at 30 frames per second. I've had a look through before I've exported it, because I have to film this to tack on to the end. And it looks alright. Once it's exported, I'll get a better feel for how good it looks. But the 30 frames per second is it's so much better editing it, because you don't have to worry about converting it. The 60 frames per second, I think, would be good if I was slowing down the footage to like do like slow panning shots and stuff, but I don't tend to do that at the moment, although I am experimenting with different techniques, so we may find in the future that I do a few slow pan shots. But yeah, it went well. We got the first episode of the travel logs out, so if you want to check that out, you can. And after doing that, I think it will be one a week, probably aiming for Thursdays. So I think I've got about... There are 4 full days, because we have the travel day, Edinburgh, another day in walking around Glasgow. We go to a cat cafe. You've got CupaCon, and then there is a 5th day, which is it's more of a half day, because we travelled. So that one I would like to try and get out the same week as the CupaCon episode. And at the end of that, I'm going to have a segment back here where I go over the kind of pros and cons I've learned doing that travel log. But yeah, run yesterday was a good experience. And I think that's everything. If you have any questions about the filming, the settings, or any advice, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And until next time, keep on running.